Hello and welcome back, my wonderful viewers. How have you been today? Well, I hope great, because today, as usual, I come back here with another mind-blowing video that will leave your eyes open. Any guesses? Well, today, I'll be telling you guys about the horrible mysteries revealed by the Book of Enoch. Trust me when I say, some of these will leave you stunned in every possible way. The book is full of lusty fallen angels, cannibalistic giants, strange cosmology, and revelations about the end of the world. But the fact is, the Book of Enoch is actually part of the Bible in some Christian churches, and the canonical New Testament Book of Jude quotes it, so this was clearly an important text to both Jews and Christians at one time. But that doesn't mean it still isn't full of weird stuff, because it definitely is. Strange primordial beings, talking babies, stars with human downstairs parts, a corpse giving birth, and way more. Here is but a sampling of some of the strangest bits of the three books of Enoch. The Book of Enoch, or more appropriately First Enoch, since there are 3 books on the subject, is a hugely influential work made up of various documents from different periods in Jewish history, which help form both Jewish and Christian ideas about angels, the nature of the universe, and the afterlife. These documents were eventually compiled into a single book that only survived to modern times in Ge'ez, an ancient language of Ethiopia, whose church still recognizes the first Enoch as canon. The first portion of the book is called the Book of Watchers, which refers to a host of angels who gave up that heavenly life in order to go to the bone zone with some human women. This section of the book is an expansion of a somewhat elliptical passage in Genesis chapter 6 that talks about sons of God who took wives among the daughters of man. First Enoch tells us in no certain terms these sons of gods were angels known as Watchers, led by the angel Semjaza, the Ethiopic version of the name Samael. Altogether, there are 200 Watchers who swear an oath to all be horny together. These fallen angels teach the human women forbidden arts such as magic spells and enchantments, making weapons and waging war, astrology, a love for earthly delights such as jewelry and other ornaments, and perhaps the evilest of all, cosmetology. Genesis 6 tells us the sons of God and the daughters of man gave birth to a race called the Nephilim, which it then describes as the heroes that were of old, warriors of renown. But the first Enoch doesn't interpret the Nephilim as heroic in any traditional sense. Instead, the Book of Watchers describes the Nephilim as great giants whose height was 3,000 ells. An ell is an old measurement equal to about 45 inches, so these giants were about 11,250 feet, or just over 2 miles tall. Enoch isn't the only source for this interpretation of the Nephilim. It can also be found in, for example, the Book of Giants, one of the Dead Sea Scrolls. First Enoch goes on to say that these enormous giants soon ate up all the regular humans as food, at which point they began eating the humans themselves. When this couldn't sate their hunger, they started eating birds, beasts, reptiles, and fish, finally resorting to eating each other and drinking their own blood. The surviving humans' cry of terror and anguish were so loud they could be heard from heaven, and this, we learn, was the real reason God flooded the earth. It wasn't strictly that humans were so sinful, but that angel-human hybrid giants were ruining everything for everyone, and God thought he may as well just start over. The fourth major section of First Enoch is known as the Book of Dream Visions, where Enoch has, well, dream visions of symbolic importance. The first dream warns Enoch of the coming flood that only his great-grandson Noah will survive. The second dream gets much weirder. Enoch sees a white bull, and then a heifer, and then a red bull and a black bull. The black bull gores the red bull. Soon, there are many white bulls born from one giant white bull. Stars began to fall from heaven with their ding-dongs out, described as being horse-like, and make babies with the bulls, and these babies are elephants, camels, and donkeys. After a great destruction, the world is filled with lions, tigers, wolves, and all manner of beasts. It kind of goes on like this for a while. While at first it might seem like this is a bunch of animal nonsense, it doesn't take a lot of digging beneath the surface to realize this dream represents an allegorical version of the history of the Israelite people. The original white bull and heifer are Adam and Eve, and the black bull who kills the red bull are Cain and Abel. The falling stars are apparently the massively endowed fallen angels, and so on. The dream eventually foretells the forthcoming messianic period, but the accuracy of the allegory starts to get hazy around the time first Enoch was composed. Well guys, I'm gonna have to end the video here as these mysteries are really messing me up. But hey, if you have any questions, then go ahead and ask away in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel as it'll help us grow. See you guys in the next one, and until then, bye for now.